what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of That Deep Podcast. We're here reflecting in hindsight on the campaign of Niko Omilana. He did everything he could to get that win and ended up in 5th place, but a lot of people were rooting for him. Do you guys have his back? NDL, what are we saying?
Of course, bro. Man supporting NDL the whole time, bro. But nah,
is it? You're like founding members, yeah?
Me, us. I'm more of like the person that joined in when he saw it blow. Actually,
yeah, ground floor.
I like him though. Like, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, Chloe, when did you first come across him?
I actually mostly heard him through this campaign. Because I saw there's another YouTuber as well that entered this. Max Fosh, I feel like his name is. Is that right? I don't know, but they were kind of like, they both decided it wasn't like they were going against each other, and I was kind of keeping up a little bit with their videos and stuff. I was cracking up, not gonna lie.
Man. I was rooting for him, you know.
All right, you're a big supporter, like.
Do you know what it is? It's just like in my head, I just couldn't see how we could be worse.
That's true.
Like,
He couldn't possibly be worse.
Yeah, and like budgeting wise, it's not like, you know, we don't live in a imperialist whatever. It's not like one person says something and then it just happens. AKA, like, you can't just blow the budget of the city or something like that. There has to be like a committee of people to vote on it and sign off on it and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So even stuff like, you know, raising the minimum wage like by 6.9%, I'd rather have someone try to raise it too high than somebody who's constantly just tax.
Yeah, that's true.
All day, every day. I don't know. How do you guys feel about politics in general?
You know what it is? I'm not really much of a politics person, you know. I don't follow it like that. Unless like it's something important that everyone's talking about, then I'll be like, you know what, yeah, let me check it out. But no, not really a fan of it.
You always been like that?
Nah. When I used to live with my uncles and aunties, innit, you know, when you're chilling with them, all they watch is like the news and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in my country, when it's like election time, oof, trust me, the two big parties, the whole town is just mad. Like the MPs,
Wait, are you Nigerian?
No, I'm Ghanaian still.
Ghanaian.
Yeah, so there's these two parties here, NDC and NPP here. So when them two here, when it's election time, they've got like the biggest like supporters, innit? So like you see your town people like, oh, I support this time, I'll support this party, I'll support this. Yeah, that's when like politics is kind of interesting to me, like them times. But now I'm just not really bothered about it.
I feel like you outgrew it. How about you, Chloe?
Yeah, no, I vote and everything. I follow it to some extent. I don't know the ins and outs of politics. I'm not super keeping up to date, but I definitely know the general gist of each party and who I definitely don't support and stuff like that. I think it's important. That's what I liked about this, was that it's encouraging younger people to vote or get involved or understand it a little bit better, maybe look into it a bit more, because I think there needs to be more emphasis on that, because it's things like the Brexit vote. They were saying I think this is correct, that if 16 and 17-year-olds were allowed to vote back then, that we would have stayed in. And why can't they vote almost? Because I knew more about politics probably when I was at school, because we had like campaigns and stuff running in our schools. We'd hear like more about it, and they're the people that it's going to affect more than the perhaps older generations to some extent. So it's good if younger people are getting more into it and learning more about politics. I think that's never a bad thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, even when you say it like that, it's like at 16, like, you can do most things, you know what I mean? The fact that you're not allowed to vote, like, this is pretty weird at this stage in life with everything else that's been going on. Thinking about his manifesto, like, obviously, I know for him as well, it wasn't really a serious campaign
Serious,
like that.
yeah.
It wasn't really serious like that, but I think it was becoming more and more serious because it kept getting through each round. What was there anything that stood out from his manifesto for you guys?
Changing the Big Ben's name to the club.
You
That's
know
the thing.
what? Go on, Chloe, go on.
I was just going to say that I think he had the right level of jokes to get people like invested, like things like the McDonald's ice cream machine. It's funny, but then he also had some actual pretty serious, pretty good, like decent ideas that people actually could kind of back, and that maybe other politicians should take note of because they're actually good ideas. So it wasn't like it was a complete prank. It wasn't like he went into it completely blind and just making a joke out of it. He used both sides of things. He actually had some sense there as well as the jokes, which were enough to make it go viral, the picture of the manifesto. I think it was good.
Yeah. I'd say even more than that, it was almost felt like in each point in the manifesto, there was a joke like and truth in it at the same time. Where even like something like Big Ben, I feel like culturally sometimes we're so in love with the past that it kind of end up kind of stuck. Like the fact that if you can imagine in the year 3000 that Big Ben might still not be digital, like that is like wild. The fact that when you go to like other countries and such, you look at like a Japan or something like that, they got like the bullet trains, everything's like electric.
Yeah.
The fact that Big Ben, you're like waiting for a bell, like in the context of the future is, it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, I can't see that changing though.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, and it's only out of love for the past. When Big Ben was made, it was like cutting edge.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think that's worth noting just for the whole of London that when London was built, it was cutting edge. It was the most futuristic city in the world at that point.
Yeah.
And then all we did since then was replicate like 100 years ago, rather than kind of looking on, let's now make the next most futuristic and best city the world has ever seen. It's all like, no. Just, we like keep it like it was.
Just keep it.
Kind of nostalgia. The standout one for me that I was saying to you guys was Eid, Christmas, Diwali, Yom Kippur. I can't read that one. To become bank holidays to celebrate the great culture of our city. How does that idea sound?
Yeah, I think that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, sorry, I cut you off.
No, go on.
Well, yeah, I think it sounds good because, for example, Eid is that one day. Yeah, Eid is that one day, so that you go, so that this one is on Thursday. It's just Thursday, so that everyone will just have a Thursday off, and then on Friday you just go back. You get me? So it's not a bad idea to make like just a bank holiday for one day. Everyone just gets to go out. It's like how Christmas is like a whole week. Like everyone's got like a whole holiday. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Pretty simple as well to implement, right? You just don't go to work that day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or at least like if you are of whichever religion it is, whichever holiday we're talking about, they shouldn't have to book that as a holiday, as their allocated holiday times. I think I'm surprised it's not more implemented already. Like it seems kind of crazy to me that it's not.
Yeah. I think the only thing we're doing it that way is everyone be switching religion every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm Jewish now. But as in, like, it just seems such a simple concept that when you're applying for a job, you should be able to say what religion you are, or I don't know, or as he was saying, it should just be bank holidays.
Yeah, like that felt dope. Why do you guys think he got as many votes as he did? I have the numbers here somewhere. So Khan won with 55.2%, but where are you, Niko? So he managed to get 49,638 votes. Abdel, if you voted, it would have been 639, but whatever.
I think he got that fire because like he's young and like he can relate to like the young people more than the other candidates. You get me? Plus, everyone knows him from the internet. Like, we know what he's like. We know a bit about his personal life than other candidates. That's why, like, so we've got more information on him, and like we know what he's kind of like. That's why, yeah. Like, and like, you would like to support your favorite YouTuber in whatever he's doing. You get me?
That could be you for some kid growing up right now, Abdel.
Hopefully.
Could be you. Yeah, Chloe?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, I think people want change. I think people are ready for it, especially after the kind of year we've had. And I was thinking, he's called an influencer for a reason. They have influence. And I think sometimes we take that, we don't really realize how much influence. Like, yeah, you can do a brand deal and it can just be to make people buy a product, but it can also be to quite a big extent. Like, you can tell to what extent it is just from that amount of people. And as I said, it's encouraging younger people, and probably, I think, did he come second in the like 18 to 25 range, maybe, I think I heard. Yeah. So that shows quite a big, I think I believe anyway, which is quite a lot to be said. Like, young people,
encouraging young people to vote.
Yeah, I mean, and just with a couple months, it wasn't even like he had a proper like planned campaign. It was just something from a couple months ago put together. But he managed to be the highest ranking independent vote, like within that time, which is a whole other fact. So it almost goes to say that if he'd had taken it seriously, I reckon he could have hurt a few more people's feelings.
Yeah.
And
he
that's
could have made it really
about
far.
Funding. Yeah. Can you guys see within, I wouldn't even call it lifetime, but within the next kind of 10, 15 years, could you potentially see a celebrity gaining a position of influence in politics?
Yeah. Kardashian's dad, Kardashian's dad, that's the one now? I don't know.
Say that again?
Like, you know Caitlyn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know my bad, she's running for fame.
Running for what? Fame?
She's running for governor in America.
Oh, is it?
Like
okay.
One of the states. Yeah, so that if she's doing that, you know there's a chance like one day you'll just wake up and see like someone like you cannot even say, someone like Big Shaq, doing
Big
some
Shaq,
politics.
all the people.
He's not the person that just comes in mind, like, because I was literally watching his video before they started.
I feel like America's done. Like, American politics is well and truly done. After finished. Trump, it's like anything can happen. Hence,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's about money, isn't it? Because that's how, like, obviously Trump was a businessman. He wasn't a politician, right?
That's true.
So I think it could be the same here, because to run, you had to pay, I think it's here for the London Mayor election, you had to pay £10,000, I think, to enter. And if you got 5% of the votes, you get it back. And if you don't, you lose it. And I think Niko lost it, but not by much, right? And I guess the amount of ad revenue you get on the YouTube videos, you have made it back. But it just shows that with a bit of money you can enter, and then probably can get a whole campaign to.
That's true.
The more money you've got and the more influence you've got with the people.
Actually, start saving. Actually, start saving, man.
Yeah, because the other thing is you can accept party donations, you know. So I'm sure along the way there'd have been a couple of people that just like him that have, you know, a few pennies and pounds that would have just been like, here you go.
Yeah, maybe in 5 more years you might see me running for that mayor or something like that.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, man.
Like, if you even do the maths on it, like, so if it's the 10K that we're looking for, you need 10,000 people to give you £1. You know, his numbers are, if you get 100,000 people to give you 10p, and his videos here in like millions, so if you get 1 million people to give you like 1p, it's like you got your 10K. Like, you know, so
that's what I'm saying. It's not that much of a hassle, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
All we need is people.
Yeah.
All right, people, make sure you watch it and subscribe. My son, I run for mayor soon, I lie.
Yeah. Do you want me to post your bank details below?
I might have to.
I have to go in there.
PayPal.
Right, go on.
My PayPal will be down there, innit? Make sure you donate for my mayor causes and that.
For sure, 100. Yeah, and he pays tax and stuff, so don't worry. It's all legit. It's all legit.
That's what I'm saying. I actually do pay tax.
I'm not denying it. If we were to try and make a list here, who can we think of in terms of public British that you think as a celebrity could make a successful run for either London Mayor or the Supreme Office of Prime Minister? Does anyone come to mind? No Clark's out of the running.
No what?
Oh, yeah.
No Clark.
He's ruled himself out.
Not good.
Idris?
Who? Idris Elba. Yeah, he could be someone that we could potentially look at as a mayor or prime minister for. People love him.
Yeah, I reckon he could put together a run. Anyone else coming to mind?
You know what it is? I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't watch ITV and BBC, so I'm not at upper hand here.
I was gonna say,
I could see a footballer, like say even someone like a Beckham or someone like that.
David Beckham.
Yeah,
you know what it is? He's so calm, like he will actually be good.
Yeah, I could see like a mature kind of 40-something, 50-year-old David Beckham running with, because what do you need to do? Like, honestly, like you don't have to be the guy that knows everything. You just need to surround yourself. Yeah, if you surround yourself with people who do the politics thing and you're the face of it. I mean, Trump was president, lest we forget.
Yeah. That's true.
So do you think oh, sorry, go on.
No, go, you talk.
I was just gonna say more of a current footballer. This is who I thought you were gonna say, but it's a bit of a cliche just because of everything he's been doing recently. But with what Rashford's been doing,
yes.
I was gonna say, you never know.
Rashford could be that
he's getting in there, isn't he? Like he's making an influence. Like he's doing good with what he's doing. So you never know.
Yeah, we might have to shout him to start running. Still, I must support him.
Yeah.
Or even Love Island, the doctor, what's his name? Dr. Alex. He's
Who's Dr. Alex?
Oh yeah, that guy.
He was on Love Island, right? And he had a really sad story actually with the sun's come out on me. His brother actually committed suicide recently. So he's been like an advocate, I think it is, with for the government for mental health. And he's doing good stuff, to be fair to him. Like he's used Love Island for a good reason. He's posting loads of stuff on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, encouraging people to look after their mental health, to get out of the house, to do all kinds of things. And you never know like where that could take him as well. Like he's got a book coming out, I saw as well. I don't really follow Love Island influencers, but he's someone that's kind of caught a lot of people's attention, I think. And people are starting to actually respect that and respect his hustle for what he's doing, and fair play to him. He's still working on the front line as well. Like you can't knock him.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He can do that as well. We need to shout these men to that, think what they're on. Do they really want to change what they're doing now and become a mayor or something?
Because I didn't call it, I didn't see like Khan winning again, just because every time I hear someone talk about him, it's always in quite a negative light.
Right.
And I know a lot of people kind of blame him for like the knife crime or the cuts. Remember when he just kept having this back and forth where every time someone would say, what's going on? Why does everyone keep getting stabbed? And he's like, oh, Theresa May cut the police. And then like a month later, hey, what's going on? People keep getting stabbed. Oh, Theresa May cut the police. And it was kind of this weird circular like narrative. Weird.
You know what it is? I think that him as a person, he's done an all right job in it. Like London's not up in flames. That's good.
To be honest, I don't know what's going on. Like this is how I got detached from politics. It just felt like everything stayed pretty much the same. Give or
That's what I'm
take
saying.
Labour a while ago, where they like had after school clubs and all these kind of libraries. Who
Yeah,
remembers
youth
libraries?
clubs and stuff.
That kind of going on. Like since then, and so I'm talking about basically post Tony Blair, everything's just looked blurry and the same to me.
Mm. That's the thing. It does
Blair,
almost feel like
blurry.
what. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh no, I was just making a joke story.
Oh, sorry.
What do you say it feels like, Chloe?
It just feels like how much impact can they actually make? They might have really good ideas, but are they actually coming out, actually happening, coming into fruition?
No, it is. I feel like they forget the what they were promised once they get into a position in it. I don't know. I just feel like they just forget
But
like
everyone
what they
though,
said before.
like everyone ever. Is it
Or
possible
like
that everyone ever just forgets their promise?
No, like it's like not as in like forget, as in like once they get they just like kind of put it to the side and like focus on other stuff instead of like what they promised that they would do.
I feel like it's almost the opposite in that they promise too much and then can't do it. Or like the going back, sorry, I said it already, but about Brexit, but that only happened because it was promised that they would do the vote when they didn't think it was actually going to amount to anything. And then look at us now. Nobody wanted it. None of the. I feel like I don't know enough about politics now, but
I think everyone voted. Like some people voted like out as a joke, and then not knowing that everyone will go the same direction.
That's the other thing. That wasn't even everyone really. It was like it's a 2% difference.
Oh my!
And it was all based on fake news, basically, wasn't it? People would believe in what they're reading. I think that's a huge part of the media. So it's interesting now using things like YouTube, how actually maybe that could be the future of voting. Could there's people have platforms and maybe they'll use them more to get into politics.
For sure, because if Niko backs a politician now, potentially his percentage gets added onto theirs. You do that 2 more times with a group of politicians. I remember Corbyn got something a bit similar going on, where somehow grime music became linked to Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember.
And it was like Jezza, innit? It's like, oh my God. It was a weird moment.
So do you think Niko actually wants to do that? Like, do you think he went in with the mindset of becoming a politician, or do you think it was just kind of like a...
No, I think it was more of a joke. Have you seen the interviews?
Prank, man.
Have you seen the interviews? Oh, bro, you should watch it. He got a whole other person that looks like him.
Yeah, he didn't even... Yeah, he faked it.
That guy did look mad like him, Thriller, as well. But like, just as a final thing, just because it's on my mind, does anybody feel like we're always broke as a country? Like everybody, it always sounds like cuts, austerity, we need to raise taxes, interest higher. It literally just always feels like we're broke.
It does. You see, but they're doing it to save more peas here for like emergencies or just broke. It's either one of them. You know when you got like a target that you want to meet, so you cut all your spending costs. You get me? Like let's say you're saving. That's what I'm saying. So like, I mean, you can't really like say. Let's say they've got this target of like at the start, they had the target of 1 billion. They hit that. They're like, you know what? Yeah, I think we can do more. I think we can do more. They cut it again, get 2 billion. They're like, you know what? Yeah, it's not enough. We might.
It feels like we're being tight. Like everyone knows there's a Bank of England that just has like hella gold. Like just so much gold.
So true.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Trust me. When you've got something set on your mind, You would do anything to get that
But what
target,
is it?
bro.
It's like the parties change, and then it's always like, oh, but the last party, yeah, they really messed it up, so it's gonna be tight for 4 years, guys.
Yeah, but
Like every year.
you know the Queen's still there, innit? Like she might have some kind of influence on it as well, innit?
Saying this is the Queen's fault.
I'm not saying it's the Queen. I'm not saying. I say she might, like, you know, when
just because her face is on the money, you feel like.
and then she endorsed, and then she's like, "Oh, cool. Now you're below me, so yeah, this is the amount you have to save. So yeah, make sure you get that." And now they just got to cut everything short. Make sure they save that 1 million. No, here's what I'm saying, man. I think they've all got that target that we need to save at least this amount.
But save it for what? It's not like they get the money.
I don't know. I just feel like that's what's happening.
Although they got a nice pay rise, didn't they?
Yeah, but then it's almost like they could get the pay rise without having to do the mad taxes, as far as I can see. When you make the laws, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like you've been saving forever if that's what's happening. Eventually, surely we get to buy ourselves something nice.
There'll be a time that you find out where all the peas go, and then you're like, finally, we know you. Like, maybe we might not be
like in heaven or something like that, man. I don't know when that's gonna come around. But yeah, maybe we get somebody
maybe
in the office that will leak out the information.
Plan. They've got like a big plan that let's save this amount, and then when we get to this point, we renovate the whole country. Fam. I don't know. I just feel like some shit like that.
We got like Victorian water pipes. Like we got like hella pollution. We got people getting dementia from aluminium. Like I don't know, man. Like. I might have
I just feel like something's going
put the grape back in Great Britain, you know what I mean? Anyway, man, we're giving people a chunk. Yeah, man. So, Niko, well done. NDL for life, says Abdel. Not me, I'm more impartial, but Abdel's riding for you, right, Abdel?
But you're impartial. What?
Yeah, man. Like, really, to be honest with you, like, I got kids in it. I got parent. Like, Niko's not that high on my list.
I hear that.
Well, I might cop the kids those glasses so to support. If you put that out as merch, I might support like that.
No, I hear that. That's good.
Yeah. So till next time, people. We've been That Deep Podcast. Take care out there.